So I just got finished with Denia's story in Wuthering Waves, and while it wasn't on the same levels of peak as I'm the story, it was pretty good. Kuro Games has really come a long way when it comes to character dialogue and writing. It was a lot more sad, somber, and serious, and it feels like Kuro Games is taking themselves a whole lot more seriously. The vibe of this story quest was way darker and philosophical than we're used to. The irony is it's right on time for the Cyberpunk collab. It's weird, but Denia reminds me a lot of V from the video game. And if you've played both games, you might see where I'm going with it, at least on the surface level. I mean, both are living with a terminal illness and only have a designated amount of time to live. Both have another entity living inside of them, slowly taking them over. I mean, they're completely different. One is a literal black hole Thenodian, and then the other is a dead rock star. But they're both being corrupted. I'm even starting to realize the similarities between void space and cyberspace, but that's a whole subject for another video. Like and subscribe if you like Wuthering Waves, Cyberpunk, and video game lore and theories. But I guess we'll just start with who these two characters are and why they're so similar. V is the customizable main character of Cyberpunk 77. He's the main character, but like in Wuthering Waves, he's more of his own character rather than a self-insert. An average street-level mercenary trying to make a name for himself in Night City, but fate takes a turn when V is thrown into something a lot bigger than himself.
Gotta get out of here, understand?
Where'd you even come from? How are we even talking?
How the fuck should I know? What kind of droid toy are you supposed to be?
Fucking ghost off!
Who you work for, start talking! Fuck. F***ing chip. Rip the thing out myself.
No, wait!
Pretty much due to a heist gone wrong, V ends up with the prototype of a dead hologram soul of a terrorist rock star inhabiting his brain and slowly taking over his conscience. It's a long story. He's a street level merc with ambition, attitude, and a talent for surviving impossible odds. Depending on what life path you pick, he starts off as a corpo, a street kid, or a nomad, working his way up the ranks of the city. But the thing that remains constant is V's ambition and drive to make it in the city. V is a sharp-tongued, emotionally reactive, pragmatic individual who balances cynicalism with flashes of loyalty and vulnerability.
I'll make you a counteroffer.
Oh?
Get f***ed.
No need to get emotional.
You see my implants? I could slice you into ribbons before you can squeeze a trigger. I know it. You know it. Give him the edges.
I've seen some things in my lifetime. But hearing you back there sent chills down my spine.
They're constantly negotiating their identity. Who am I? And will I be the same when this thing overrides my mind?
At some point, you won't recognize yourself. It'll be terrifying. It'll be painful. But it doesn't have to be.
And then there's Denia. Denia is a fusion resonator from Star Torch Academy's Department of Void Matters, publicly known as a cheerful yet lazy professional slacker, quote unquote, which shows up at every club and at every event, and she loves food. But this persona is a mask.
So it's not gonna fake birthday anymore. That would be kind of creepy. She crashing out.
Secretly, she's an agent of the Fraxidus, and with lack of a better description, they're basically the Akatsuki of this game, and they're led by the Grand Architect, who's basically the big bad.
Denia. Where did you come from? And aren't you annoying to look at?
Thenodian resonator, capable of wearing many faces, she shifts her behavior from presenting herself to suit her mission.
Couldn't you be a little less perceptive at a time like this, Sigrika?
If you want me to keep playing dumb, I can do that. And I'll leave it there, as usual. We'll celebrate your birthday together. promise?
Promise.
It's fine. We've made a promise. Off I go to sort out some files.
You go get those files, Sagrika.
Happy birthday, Denia.
That was tough. I'm never good at this with her around.
Her true personality is calculated, observant, and purpose-driven, hidden beneath a deliberately crafted facade of harmlessness. Her entire character revolves around mimicry, deception, and dual identity. Both are living with terminal illnesses, and both are being corrupted by another entity. But I think the main thing that's interesting is how both handle their predicament in completely different ways. So I think the main similarity between these two characters is the identity loss. Both risk becoming consumed, Denia by void matter and V by Johnny Silverhand and his consciousness. Both talk about how they stop becoming themselves and fear becoming something else entirely, like a weapon or a vessel. V mainly fears disappearing mentally and being consumed by Johnny. Denia particularly spends a lot of time asking himself who he really is. Both are very psychologically impactful stories. Like, I've noticed both spend a lot of time contemplating the meaning of death, what happens after death, coming to terms with death. Another similarity is how they hide their insecurities in their personality. They have very different personalities, but they both do this. Denia smiles constantly and tries to change the subject. V also tries to change the subject, where he's always cracking jokes or being cynical, laughing at the BS, acting like a troll sometimes.
Michael Maldonado? V. Hand said you needed a hand or something.
But both are a front. Denia acts dreamy and soft, so others don't see how unstable she truly is, and how insane, and she's basically an undercover crash show. V acts cool and confident, but under it all, he's actually extremely insecure. Like, he's actually extremely scared and doesn't want to die. But the truth is, they're both the same in that they try to act like they're emotionally secure when they're not.
You go through Night City knowing a stray bullet could end you while hailing a cab. But that's never stopped you from taking action, going where you needed to go. And it won't stop you now.
But how do I keep up with everything that's changing?
You have been keeping up. You've made an impact. Not a single thing in this world isn't in the process of becoming something else. Likewise, you never look back.
Though what's crazy is one of the major differences is I feel like Denia gives up a lot earlier than somebody like V. V almost never once surrenders and continues to chase their goals and their dreams, while Denia feels like a tragic dreamer.
Time for so many things, but I can at least try to die with a little dignity, right? What a shame. I even picked a good day to do it, but I never practiced how to properly say goodbye to them.
This is dark.
Lying is the only thing I'm good at. It's just a reaction. That's all.
I don't believe you.
The idea that everything will just vanish, that it'll all go back to the void, it makes me cry. Instantly.
She seems emotionally poetic and melancholy, especially she's very sad. She talks about self-sacrifice, emotional attachments, fate, and tragedy. Even her, those Russian words she said, that's a feeling of melancholy. It speaks of goodbyes and the inevitability of her fate. She feels like somebody who remains gentle and accepts her fate as it happened. V is the complete opposite, a hardened survivor who basically saying it ain't over till the fat lady sings. V is constantly looking for a way to save themselves, any type of means of survival, including body modifications, working with shady corporations to find a cure. He'll literally do anything to survive. His story is one of self-autonomy, survival, freedom, and rebellion against the system. He's basically the Naruto of the Night City world. This guy never gives up. He's constantly adapting to pain, while symbolically, Denia is a person slowly losing themselves while trying to remain emotionally human, while V is a person that keeps fighting till the very end to maintain their own identity. Similar themes viewed from a completely different angle. Denia's tragedy is more emotional, while V's tragedy is more existential. What is my purpose is something that V asks, while Denia asks, what does it mean to be human? Either way, this is the perfect quest to lead into New Federation and Cyberpunk. It just sets the tone perfectly, and as somebody who was on the fence on if these two franchises belong together, now it feels like a perfect fit. That's all I really got to say. Let me know how you feel about my analysis. Peace.
Nothing left but mere survival. What surprised me was that, despite hating you so much, I actually spent an unprecedented day with you. For the first time, I had my own birthday.